Alright, good evening all. So it's a tad bit colder out here than I would like. Maybe 10 degrees more would be ideal, but it is Cleveland area, and I'm out having a cigar, and I wanted to do a short little video on just my experience here in the nursing home. I've kind of done some, but this one I want to touch base on three things that, and I don't know who needs to hear it or who will share it or pass along, and I guess you can use this for any profession. I touched on it slightly, but dignity, respect, and autonomy. And I say this, just my brief experience here, that those are the three things most needed for patients. And I also say that knowing I have a privilege, I'm a white guy, an educated guy, and I tend to stand up for myself when needed. Not generally afraid of sharing my opinion or voice, so I got it pretty good, right? But not all these residents do. They don't have the ability to stand up for themselves like I do. And I say this out of respect too for the workers, because this is a tough job. They're underpaid, the staffing, you can tell. They're overworked, they don't have enough staff, and my guess is that the management, I don't know, management, maybe upper management, CEOs, all that, they make pretty good money, and they probably don't pay their staff what they need to pay them. So, again, I don't know where this goes or who needs to hear it or how we pass it on, but, these workers in here, they're really doing God's work, They're caring for the sick, the hungry, the lonely, those with mental illness, I got my own issues, but man, they pale into comparison to some of the folks. So, we do really need to value the workers that work here, because they can have such an impact on the lives of the vulnerable, and so even though I get frustrated at some of them, mind you, have been great. But the best I can do is probably pray for them, because I can see it in some of their faces that they're overworked. Maybe they got a rough home life. I don't know, but they're dealing with people who are dying. And sometimes I want to tell them, I'm not dying, I'm living. So treat me like I'm living. And most of them do. So I'm not a criticism on any particular person or this particular place, but there is that attitude. They come into work, and some it's just a job. Not everybody has the privilege like I did to sort of have a mission as a job, but I think you can. You can find a mission in all your work, but those three things: dignity, respect, autonomy. So what do I mean by that? Like dignity, just treating people as a human being, and that goes for the workers too. I try to give them dignity, because I know it's a tough job, but everybody, no matter what they're going through, is created in the image of God, and they deserve fundamental dignity, and whether that means trying to just respect who they are, and autonomy means someone, letting the person be who they are. I don't know, because I think they want to treat everybody the same, and I think I'm a little bit of a challenge for some of them, I don't know that they take me as a threat, but I'm a little more vocal, and I think that, but they ought to give everybody autonomy, just not just me, because they're worried that I can react or whatever, but everybody's entitled to their to be who they are. Obviously you have to act decently in a certain way, but I think there's sometimes in this job, nursing care, it's like they just want to come in, want the patients to leave them alone, be as easy as possible, and get their paycheck and the patients eventually die and move on, but that it shouldn't be about that. It should be about their autonomy. What do they need? Again, their dignity, their right to try to enjoy the day, as much as anybody. And so respect, that goes a long way too. It's just a matter of, we can all do a better job of that, but I see people standing at the door trying to get in, waiting a long time to get in. Just respect, and it's hard, you get caught up in your own personal life and you don't think about that, but we can all work on that. So it's and again, this is just my brief experience, and I'm sure they're trying to treat me as well as anybody in here, but you do kind of see, that it's a tough job. So keep nursing care staff, nursing home staff in your prayers, because they need it. They need strength. They need peace at home. They need to seek God's grace to do their job, because it is a tough job. Keep the people in here in your prayers too. A lot of them have mental illness. They're infirm. They deserve to live their last days, whatever those are, with that dignity, respect, autonomy. So those are just a few things that sort of came to mind tonight. As things come up, I may focus on that a little more, but it's kind of where I'm at. It's an eye opener, and I don't know. It keeps sticking. There's a lot of money in this. I mean, there's tons of money in healthcare, nursing home, and so the people that are working in these jobs, and I think you have a sense, you got a responsibility. I mean, I know we're in a capitalistic society, but you have a moral obligation to pay fair wages and not to take unfair wages for the work you do. I'm not saying, again, you can make what you want, but there's only so much to go around, and it really is important that people have a living wage in these jobs so that they can have a sustainable home life, and come in and be fresh and try to do God's work here. I used to think, and I did, I believe my work at Legal Aid was God's work, and that was mission driven. But boy, there's a whole nother side of things, seeing the people in here at this stage in their life, So again, I credit the healthcare workers too that go to school, and the nurses, I think, do pretty well. They're in high demand, but it's the staff, the line staff, that kind of bear the brunt of it, I think, sometimes. So and those are the ones we deal with a lot. So anyway, random thoughts. Thanks, Lisa, for the nice hoodie again. That was good. A little colder than last night, I think. But I'm gonna hang out here, see if any of my buddies come out, and finish this cigar. Hopefully, I had a great night's sleep last night. Hopefully, I have a great one tonight. And happy Easter, everybody. So, talk to you soon.